Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Is this thing on?
I think it's on.
I don't even got headphones on. Captain upgrading.
Oh, yeah. Sound
Look at
good.
this guy. You see this guy right here?
Oh, yeah.
That guy?
Mm-hmm.
That's Caleb Pyfrom. That guy.
Mm.
That was a year and a half ago. See the guy standing, and he's right now he's 6'7", 280. He's got offers all across the country. Guess where he goes to school at?
Probably your alma mater.
No.
Hmm.
Omaha Central.
Okay.
This guy right here, this other guy right there, see that guy right there? 6'3", 310. Guess where he goes to school at?
Omaha Central?
Omaha North. An offensive tackle and a defensive lineman. This guy. These two guys on the end, they're coming back. Quentin Newsome, Farmer, they'll be back. Caleb, Tanner, wish you all the luck, buddy. I hope that they put you in the right position to be successful in the NFL, which they always do. I can see Caleb Tanner, because he's still raw, being a dude in the NFL once he learns how to be that dude. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Coach Rule! Turn 49.
A young 49.
Listen, man, I'm about to turn 48, so I kind of can. We're in that same bracket of people. You know, we're close in age. He's a year older than I am, but man, I'm telling you, Coach Rule is smacking me around, making me understand that it's a new rule in Nebraska. Accept it, and let's move on to bigger and better pastures. By the way, that was Coach Sam's on the phone. Tony Samuels. And we'll try to get him on Friday. So make sure you guys are listening on Friday. We're going to get Coach Sam's on. We're going to talk a little turkey. We're going to talk 3-3-5 defense. I just want to listen, I got questions. I mean, you got a defensive guy who's been in the business for a long time, coach defensive ends. He'll be able to tell us exactly kind of what that mindset is. I called Coach McBride today. I'm calling everybody. It's off season. We don't got nothing else to do, so we might as well talk to some people. How's that sound, Bach?
That sounds pretty good. I think we're all kind of in this learning curve of the 3-3-5 and what it can represent. And I think the coaching staff, kind of listening to Terrence Knighton yesterday, is still kind of ironing that out, I suppose. I mean, when he was talking about his specific assignments and what they're going to get up there, I think it's still kind of figuring out what you have on the roster and how to best utilize that. And that might change the game plan from week to week. You might run a lot more 4-man front one week, 5-man front if you're playing, one of those running teams. You bring those guys up to the line. You switch it up, and it should be more flawless when you go and play. Well, it's weird because last year I would say Purdue, and this year I might say Wisconsin. But the teams that want to kind of throw it around the yard. So it brings a lot of versatility to it. I think you'll see different packages. I think you'll see different players highlighted and different strengths from week to week, and I'm excited about it. I think initially when you hear 3-3-5 and you hear the 3-man front, you think the Big Ten, that's just not going to work. But if it is, if they get enough meat up there and you can push some of those guys up front, it's not necessarily that you're going to stick with 3 down linemen unless it's 3rd and long and stuff like that. And I hope they don't do it that time too. I think they will, but I've never been a proponent of rushing 3 on 3rd and long. Just not my guy.
For what I know about the 3-3-5, though, it is more of a rush defense. They're going after. They're getting after or blitz defense, okay? So that you don't know where the blitz is coming from. By the way, Chris Raff slapping me around. Rule was born in 1975. My bad. So same class. Even better. So he'll be 48. He's turned 48. Okay, Raff. Thanks a lot, Rafter. Rafter always looking from the rafters.
That's right.
Appreciate you keeping on VJ honest. Now, wait a minute. Time out. It says, sounds like VJ talking down the hallway. Now stop it. Seriously?
It sounds pretty good. I wouldn't worry about it.
All right. I'm just saying, man. Burnt cheese? I'm going to go check. Cornstat says this. Tanner reminds me of an underdeveloped Randy Gregory. Development is no fault of his own. He's not a Randy Gregory. He's just not a Randy Gregory. I can't give you that, Cornstat, because Randy Gregory is like 6'5", dog, 250, 260. I mean, Caleb is what, 6'2", 225 tops?
Yeah,
he's gonna have to, depending on where he's gonna play in the NFL, he's gonna have to put on weight. And then he's gonna have to work on his footwork. Because he's gonna have to play an outside linebacker type. I can see him. You know who he reminds me of? If he developed, Levante David. He'd be a Levante David type. If, again, development is key to any football player in his development of getting better in his career.
See, both those guys to me are, whether it's Randy Gregory or Levante David, body comparisons aside, they have things that you can't teach. And that's like, I know development's important, but that they have just some athleticism that just, you can't just take any guy off the street and develop him into it. So, it's tough. It's tough to be in the NFL. Caleb Tanner, I think, got probably an uphill battle. I think, a lot of those guys that are probably, that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that's probably not in the getting drafted type of category is going to have that. But all you can ask for is a shot. And many guys around the league can make it from that undrafted position and being overlooked. And I'm telling you this, he'll definitely, the moment he walks into the locker room, and you'll notice him. You'll say, oh, that guy's a rookie. Wow, okay. Because he has done a good job in the weight room over the years.
Yeah. Well, let's look at this. So there's some news coming out of Husker country. See, we'll bring it to you. Box got some interesting information. The Foley and Knighton audio. This is the first time I've heard it. I've kind of heard excerpts about people talk about it a little bit, but I've never heard it live. So this is my first time listening to it. We'll listen to it and we'll come right back.
Let's start with Foley. This is, are you okay with playing starters on special teams?
I like to be employed. So my philosophy is to listen to the head coach. But again, because I've been working with Matt, I kind of can answer that. I'm really answering this question for Coach Rule. Coach Rule's good with playing some starters. So I don't know if you remember the guys back from Temple, but there was a guy that was playing last night, had a pretty good game. Hassan Reddick, he was a starter for us as a senior on the punt team. Him and Tyler Matakevich, who's playing for the Buffalo Bills now. He's really a special teams player. He's not a household name in the NFL, but he's been in the NFL for like 5 years. Those guys were great, like all-American type players as seniors that played one team for us. They played on the punt team. And the punt team and the kickoff team are the two that coach will be like, if we need to use a starter for one team or so, we can do that. But if there's a guy that's playing will linebacker and he's the starting will, but he's out in nickel and he's playing 25, 30 plays a game, we'll be able to use that guy on multiple teams. But coach will let us use guys, use players. And he wants to get the best teams out there. So I've got to do a good job of utilizing, skill sets. Like at Baylor, our starting left tackle on our kickoff return team was the other side of the coin. He had a really good skill set for that job. He didn't do anything else. He didn't play on offense. They used to be like, "You really going to use this guy?" I'm like, "He's playing every kickoff return. He's the best I got." And he was really good at that particular skill. And really with that particular skill was, and that left tackle now, we're returning the ball to the right. He's dropping, and he's got to find his guy. And the guy's running over here, he's running over there, and he just had a great knack for how to block the guy. So we're going to try to play the best players at every position. But if there's a guy that's playing defense and he's playing, 50 to 55 plays a game, I probably am not going to have him for more than one team.
Great philosophy, if you ask me. If you got a guy that's great at just being a gunner, he's the best gunner you have. He's not the best receiver. He's not the best corner. Not the best running back. Not the best linebacker. Not the best defensive back. Not the best safety. He's the best gunner. Put him out there and let him be the best at being a gunner, because that's a part of the team. Okay, let me give you my body analogy, Bob. There's many parts to a body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can the hand say to the eye, I don't need you?
No.
Can the finger say to the nose, I'm greater than you?
I don't think so.
Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. My point is, there's many parts, right? But without one part of our body, it will handicap us. So when you have a football team, it's comprised of many, 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 many parts. Like the 26 or 30 guys in the receivers room right now, including the walk-ons. Many parts. Out of those parts, right? When you play a game, you've got to pick what guy is best that's going to help the body do its job. Which one? Which one of you guys knows exactly what I want you to do, and I can put you in a group and you all guys will move as one? The lost concept of special teams is that I've got to put guys that don't play or that are second team out there. Why would you ever do that? That's like putting your second team out there. If you got guys, listen, I've said this a bunch of times and I'm going to say it again. The more a guy plays football, most of the time, the better he gets, the more he warms up. The more that he gets smacked around, if he's a gamer, if he gets hit in the mouth, that guy's going to jump back and be ready to fight. That's the guy you want out there, not only the guy that can fight, but the guy that knows what he's doing. Is it a Randy call? Is it a Lucy call? A Lion call? I mean, there's all types of different calls. I mean, you come up with them, right? San Francisco, 49er, ticket call, captain call. Does this particular person know what to do when you make that call? Here's the difference. We were taught back in the day to read and react. What that means is we know what our assignment is at the snap of the ball. I got to get the line. I'm a double up to the linebacker. Okay? So me and the offensive tackle, I'm a tight end. Me and the offensive tackle are going to double the rush in up to the linebacker. So let's just say somehow, some way, the middle linebacker took a inside angle where he didn't take the outside angle for me to double read and get off of him. What happens in that situation? Well, now the lineman, I stay on the defensive end. The lineman goes inside, snipes the linebacker. Okay? That's reading and reacting. I'll give you the same scenario. We're double reading. We're combo blocking. That's what we call it, okay? Or double. Okay, so we're going to combo up to the linebacker again. The linebacker disappears, falls down, whatever. What am I going to do? We're doubling this guy. First of all, we got to remove him from the hole, okay? If this guy stones me and the offensive tackle, Freddie Pollock, Eric Anderson, then we're in trouble, okay? But if we remove him from the hole, linebacker goes underneath, disappears, okay? I'm off of him now. Do I just like go try to chase the linebacker inside? No. I keep my head down the field and I go look for the next guy, which probably is going to be the safety or the backside corner. But that's how you get long runs. Guys understanding concepts and understanding how to read and react on the fly. Period, point blank. When the times that my guy took off and took himself out of the play, and I ran down and got the safety and cut him down or stalked him or what kind of block I put on him, that's when Ahman Green was running wide open, whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's we need more guys to be reading reactors and guys that can think on the fly, guys that are not guys who just, they're computer guys. I call them robots. run to this space. They don't care what happens. They're just going to run to the space. Even though the ball went this way, they're still running to the space. No, you can't do that. You have to run to the ball. Be an athlete. Again, Terrell Farley, what made him great was not that he made a million plays in practice. It was that when it was time to make the plays in the game, not only did he make them, but he created them based on instinct, based on knowing what he's supposed to do and being in the position to make the play. Now, at that point, if you're in position, the only thing left is make the play.